Well, hello and welcome to the Tingling Tea. Here at the Tingling Tea, we talk about the strange and the supernatural, the weird and the wonderful, the freaky and the phenomenal, and the freaky and the whatever. Scary stuff, y'all. That's what we talk about. I'm not with it today because I've had a crazy busy day. Um, and I was putting content together at the last minute because there's so much we wanted to talk about this evening. So, just so you know, we're going to bring our next co-host in. I'm going to bring in my co-host, the amazing, the wonderful, the beautiful, and the talented Annabelle Chimpton. Hello.
Hi, Les. Are we just going to gloss over those new kitty cat headphones you have on?
Oh, aren't they adorable?
Were you just going to try to sneak that by us tonight?
So let me just say that I don't have I didn't want to get like the headphones that actually have the kitty cat ears on it because it has a mic and I have a separate mic. So I actually bought these attachments on Amazon and they attach to this. Now they don't go to every size. So because this is a smaller headset, but I absolutely love these. And then maybe on our next show, I could tell everybody where I got these. They weren't very expensive.
Yeah, I kind of want to get a set now too.
All right, so I will let everyone know, or maybe I can let you know later on in the broadcast. I'll pull it up while we're doing some of our content. And anyway, so I was going to introduce Augie, but Augie's not with us this evening.
The man that has a different plan.
Yes. Oh, he gets to go on vacation.
On vacation.
Mm-hmm. So yes, speaking of that, we here at the Tingling Tea are actually going on vacation in August. So the month of August, we're going on vacation. So we're not going to have any programming on the month of August. You all, we are definitely taking a break from everything. But we will be back the first Thursday of the September, which I think is September the 8th. Am I correct? So we'll be back on September the 8th. So we're going to miss you a little bit, but I'm not going to miss that rest. I need it absolutely 100%.
That's the first Thursday, I believe, after Labor Day.
After Labor Day, yeah. Right. Because I think Labor Day falls on a Thursday next week.
After we've stopped wearing white for the year, we'll come back.
Wait a minute. I think you can wear white anytime. I have to tell you though, white is not my favorite color. The only thing that I wear that might be white is like maybe earrings, and that's like really pushing it for me, or sneakers.
You see, with my complexion, wearing white makes me look maybe less pasty and more more pink. So it's usually a win-win.
I think white some people look good in white. I'm just not that person. You obviously are not that person. And so we're just not going to wear white, but I don't know who told that was like an etiquette thing back in the day in the 60s that you couldn't wear white after Labor Day and all of that stuff must be removed. But, there are such things as winter whites, which, you can wear, as provided that it's not like a summer white in the winter. So who's to say,
Who's to say?
Anyway, I just wanted to wish my grandmother a happy birthday in heaven. Today is my grandmother's birthday. I think today she would probably be 100 and maybe 108 years old, 6 years old today, between 6 and 108 and everything. She is probably one of the one things I could say that makes me have my cookie behavior comes from my grandmother, most definitely. She was an amazing woman. She was an amazing cook, an amazing mom. And my grandmother had something that was very unusual. She was a contralto singer, which was a very uncommon, a level of scale of singing. You know about altos, sopranos, and tenors, and maybe baritones, but having a contralto is exceptional. So she used to be a contralto singer. So happy heavenly birthday, Granny, and you're very missed.
Happy birthday, Granny.
And you can see we kind of look alike.
I was going to say, she's beautiful, Les.
Oh, thank you.
I see where you got it from.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I start seeing myself looking like my mom and my grandmother more and more every day. But I also look like my other grandmother, which when her birthday comes, I'll announce her birthday too. So you can see that I'm a great mix of the two. But I definitely have her cheekbones and
Oh yeah.
her smile and everything,
You guys have the same eyes as well.
and the same eyes. Yes,
Yeah.
and the same eyes exactly. So anyway, I put this picture up. I put this picture up. I have found Reface, or the Reface app, and they have a thing now where you could actually put your hair, make your hair different. You put your face there, and then you could put your hair there. So I was like, I wonder what it would look like if I had longer hair. And my husband and I have been talking about, me growing my hair out. Now, if there's anything you want to know about me, is I do not like long hair. I love short hair. It's easy to deal with. Hot hair, long hair is hot. It's on your neck. It bothers me, especially when it's in that in-between growing period. I just can't stand it anymore. But I told him that I would try to do it for the fall. So I put my face on this Reface app, and people actually thought that it was me. They actually thought that it was me with this hairdo. I got so many compliments about this. Now, the only person that did not that saw it were my sisters. My one sister was like, "Who is that white lady with your face?" And I was like, "How do you know that's not me?" And she said that the hands were a different color.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yes, and I was like, "Oh, dang it!" Yes. So yes, you all. I put my face on. It was a Caucasian woman's face. But yes, it's my face, but this is what I would look like now, 30 pounds probably lighter and with longer hair. So I'm actually going to try to achieve this goal. I'm going to actually try to see if I could actually do this.
Les, I don't know if changing your hand color is such a good idea. You might want to stick to just the hair side of this transformation.
And losing the weight, huh? I definitely can't go white, huh? Oh, dang it. I thought I could do it. But yeah, so it was a big hit. And I actually thought I was going to put another one up there. And I told everybody, thank you so much, but this isn't really me. This is the Reface app. And, it's something that I'm going to achieve. I'm going to try to grow my hair out and transform my look. I always go through as an actor, I go through a transformation like every 10 years. So this is going to be my new transformation when I turn 60, which is going to be in a couple of years.
Cool hair.
Yeah, cool hair.
I like your hair. I like your hair short too.
Thank you.
I don't think you can go wrong with it.
No, I don't. It took me a while to even decide to go black and white, gray.
I love it. I love this salt and pepper look. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's a trend now. Like a lot of people are doing it. So yeah, mine is natural. I, for the longest, I used to dye my hair red, which I absolutely love red hair. But I just was like, one of my agents was like, you need to keep that hair. You're going to get more work. And she was right. So I'm going to keep it. But anyway, let's move on from this. Yes, you all, they finally released it, the preliminary assessment of unidentified aerial phenomena intelligence assessment. The U.S. government released it about the UFOs that are out there.
They don't want us to call them UFOs now. It's the UAPs.
UAPs, and that means?
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Oh, duh. Yes, of course. Does that negate that they really exist if we use it as a UAP?
Well, I think that their goal was to broaden the term so that unidentified flying object, where phenomenon could also maybe include something that's not just an object, right? Mm-hmm. That we can't explain.
Well, I can imagine now, this is one of my favorite shows, by the way, that they are very happy, Mulder and Scully, and now Mulder is proven right that the truth is out there. And what is Scully going to say now? Because she never believed, really. So I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about the content. I actually have the report pulled up. Let me share that.
Yeah, let's see it.
By the way, we want to give a disclaimer about this show. Annabelle, can you actually give the disclaimer this evening?
Oh, I would love to give the disclaimer this evening.
Okay,
If
go
you're
ahead.
not ready to see some freaky shit, this might not be the show for you tonight.
Wait. I pulled up the wrong thing.
Rated R, mature audiences only. We're like the late night show, but not the late night show.
Yeah, so, if you have children watching, we ask that you please use parental discretion when watching this show. This is adult content. We do talk about some very scary things. And if you don't like scary things, don't watch this show, because we will talk about some scary things. True or untruth,
we're going to get
unreal.
Real spooky here in a little bit.
Yeah. So let me show this report. So basically what this report is, they're saying that they issued it on Friday, June, 2 Fridays ago, I guess. And the defense and intelligence analysts lack sufficient data to determine the nature of mysterious flying objects observed by American military pilots, including whether they are advanced earthly technologies, atmospherics, or any extraterrestrial or origin. So they're saying that it exists, but they can't identify if it is of extraterrestrial origin. So I guess that kind of absolves them of saying, yes, UFOs do exist. But we have to say that the report marked a turning point in the U.S. government's military, with the U.S. government and our military, because they've spent many, many years deflecting, debunking, and discrediting people who have actually seen UFOs. So now they have to speak to those things. They have to speak to those people that, yes, this stuff did really exist. What are they going to say? So it's released on June 25th.
Yeah, there are decades of a smear campaign against people that brought this stuff up, right?
And harassment from the military itself, and not to mention the men in black who have actually showed up, who may or may not be affiliated with our government. So a lot of people who have actually seen UFOs have been questioned by men in black.
So, Les, do you think that the Men in Black have any similarities to the movie Men in Black, where maybe they have talked to you, but you just don't remember it?
Honestly, that was definitely a parody, because from what I understand, in any of the encounters that people have had with those men in black, it's been terrifying. People have experienced lost time. All of the electronic devices stop. These guys are very strange looking. They look like they're hybrids between aliens and humans. They don't have eyebrows. They have very pale skin. They talk in a very monotone, monosyllabic manner. So nobody really knows what they are. And given that we have this alliance with extraterrestrials now, it could be that our affiliates, or who we call our allies now on the extraterrestrial side, are sending out their own men to get answers about UFO phenomena. Because there are so many extraterrestrials out there, they may be actually compiling, data on who is actually visiting us from the interdimensions that we inhabit.
Fascinating.
Yeah, very fascinating. So, as you can see, this stuff is like all unclassified. It's very, very, very technical. It really doesn't have very much, but we can actually dive into this maybe in a couple of weeks. So we can, as more information is released, we can kind of just talk about what is going on with this report. But it looks all official to me, and obviously a snooze if I had to read it. Not anything that I would want to read.
Yeah, that's kind of like, it appears to be one of those documents where they just use a bunch of technical jargon that essentially says nothing.
Yeah, it says nothing. It says nothing. So, it is what it is. We do know that this exists, and I think that it makes a lot of people out there that are very credible, but it also will expose people who are not, I'm curious to see what MUFON says about this release. What's been going on.
Have they put out a statement or anything yet?
I haven't seen anything yet.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, I'm sure they will too. I mean, they probably feel the same way we do. It's like, this is nothing. All you're saying is that you can't identify yes or no if it is,
I think
aerial phenomenon.
What's going to be really interesting, though, is if they do like a cross-reference of the sightings that have been declassified in this with the sightings they have in their massive database and see if there's any overlap.
Yeah.
I think that could be really interesting data points to see.
But I don't think that they've released anything that's been that extensive. All this report does is say that, yes, they have experienced phenomenon and they're not giving particular cases. For instance, like in the case of, blah, 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 case file, blah, 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 blah. They haven't released anything like that yet. But that's going to be interesting. And I have a feeling that they're not going to release some of the well-known cases that we know about, like Travis, I think Travis, is his name Travis Walker?
Or Roswell.
Yeah. None of that stuff that they tried so hard to debunk, I don't think they're going to release that right away.
I think what we need to do is get down to Roswell for their yearly UFO meetup convention.
Yeah, exactly. I think we should too, because now it's really going to be a big hullabaloo.
I've been to Roswell before, and it is very much a tiny town that loves aliens. So
I heard it's a very strange town. Did you feel strange while you were there?
Yes.
And what about it made you feel strange?
That like 90s alien aesthetic, like the green alien with the like almond head.
Yeah.
Everywhere is like that. Everywhere is themed. It's like walking into a time capsule of like an 80s arcade, but with museums of extraterrestrial type stuff.
I just think that's just...
I think it's a great visit.
Southwest.
Yeah, and it has one of the only... Actually, it does have the only McDonald's that's UFO themed.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's surely a visit on the bucket list.
Did you actually go near Area 51 and experience anything? See the...
No, we went to there's a big UFO research center museum that we went to and did the tour there and learned about the incident. And it was good, actually. It was really good.
Wow.
Maybe we should try and go down there for the convention and do a live show.
I think that would be really fun. Or, now they actually have a show. Another place that we could even consider going is the Skinwalker Ranch. Now they have a show now where they're opening up incidences that have occurred on the Skinwalker Ranch and actually speaking to people about what has happened, a couple that actually lives there. So, I mean, this is just definitely things that we need to do. And I think that in the year coming, which is 2022, we should actually go out and do some more activities as a group. We did have you play Random Nautica, but that was only for a few minutes. So
I think it's your turn to play Random Nautica.
No, you're not gonna have me playing that. I'm not playing that. I just can't, because you know what? Just my luck, something crazy will come up on me. So we definitely need to talk about our favorite show that is on right now, and that is Evil. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the new season has come out.
It's back.
If you have not seen it, you should. If you have not seen the first season, you should. I love this show. Annabelle, I didn't know that it was out on Paramount because when we saw it was on CBS, and CBS had kept it, but now it is on Paramount now because I think CBS canceled the show. Am I correct?
No, I don't think they canceled it. I think that Paramount Plus is CBS.
Okay.
So Paramount Plus is their new streaming platform for the show.
Right. So the show, if you don't know what the premise of the show is a gentleman who is played by Mike Coulter right there, who is a priest. He's in seminary to be a priest. He is asked to go and investigate demonic incidents, exorcisms, stuff like that. He's accompanied by a skeptic, and I don't know what the cast member's name. Maybe Annabelle, you can pull that up. and another skeptic who is a lawyer who helps them litigate some of these cases. But in this, what is going on here is that everybody is struggling between to what is to right to do what is right and what is right to do what is wrong. In particular, our main character, played by Mike Coulter, who is always struggling with his inner self, his inner demons. And it is the task of the demon that is present in this show to try to make him turn evil. So great acting, great characters, some I would say, hilarious deviousness that I've ever seen. I've actually laughed at it, some of the stuff that's gone on in the show, but it also terrified me in a lot of ways. I
think it's the closest thing to like a modern like X-Files or something we have right now too, with like the way it's like episodic for like Demon of the Week.
Yes.
Type deal.
Yes. And I think too, one of the things that I've really liked that has not disappointed me is that they actually stick with canon. They stick with biblical canon, and they stick with Islamic canon when it comes to the Torah and the Quran. They stick to this. So the gentleman that is the non-believer is Islamic, and interesting enough, this season they introduced an ifrit or an afrit, what we were talking about last month in our Jinn and June series. So they introduced one which is a demon, and an afrit could be either good or bad. It is still a fallen angel, but it could do good things and it could do bad things. It has free will within the realms of what is earth. It's still beholden to God and to a master, but it does have free will. So it comes down and does whatever. But yes, he's encountered an afrit, and I'm excited about that because I was like, now you're learning about Islam, you're learning about those beliefs, and I'm sure that we're going to have an episode where we're learning about the Torah, and about Jewish mysticism, like in the I think it's a Talmud, but I'm not sure. So yes, this is just a really good show, you all. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Some amazing performances, but I will tell you that if you are afraid of this kind of content, it will mess with your mind. I am not kidding you. You got to be prayed up to watch this show. We know somebody that used to be a priest. He's no longer a priest. That says he will not watch this show because I think it's too close to the truth. So, very, very good. Very, very good show.
I think it's fun. I think it's a really fun show.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
I think I think depending on how deep you are spiritually, it will mess with your conscience. It will make you kind of think like, wow, it'll make you think about a lot of things.
I like that the show too, it's like it comes from a perspective that you can enjoy it as someone that might be a believer of like the Catholic faith or someone that's a non-believer, because both sides of that perspective are like interacting in this show.
Yes, definitely.
And there could be a logical explanation for everything that happens.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's I think it's a really fun show and I highly recommend it.
Right. It will challenge your beliefs though. It will definitely challenge your belief system and make you think and make you do research. That. So let's move on. We are actually very, 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 very excited to talk about the horror games that are coming out for E3.
Yes, we are.
Oh my goodness. There's so many good horror games that we love the horror genre. And we pinpointed a few games that we're really looking forward to seeing this. There's
so many. I could have made a list. It was good I had to stick to the horror genre because there's so many good games coming out.
Yep. And I think that with the content becoming a little bit, the graphics and everything are just so on point. The storytelling, the character depth. You could spend hours playing these games. Honestly, spend hours playing these games. And if you are a gamer, which I am, I love doing this. This is especially right now with everything that has been going on in the world. This has been an escape for me to get into some of this content, but it's so amazingly good now. So amazingly good. It's the teams that are put together, the developers that are put together to create these games. So we want to talk about a few of them that we are very, very excited to see this season. Let's have you go ahead and discuss our first one, Annabelle.
Which one's our first one?
Our first one is Back for Blood. Back for Blood. It is part of the Left 4 Dead series.
So yeah, it is. So actually, I don't know if it's a part of the Left 4 Dead series, but it's made by the same development team.
I think it is.
I
think it is. Yeah, okay. I think it is. You know why? Because it has the 4 as the Back for Blood there. So anytime I see that 4, I know it's like a Left 4 Dead, which has been how they usually their content actually says like Left 4 Dead or whatever.
So so what I'm seeing is it's considered to be a spiritual successor, but it's not actually a sequel or anything.
Okay, so
it's the same development team. It's it's supposed to be coming out this year on October 12th for all major platforms. And who doesn't love Left 4 Dead? Who doesn't love what is essentially a new Left 4 Dead?
Yes, it was one of the funnest games I have ever played and spent many hours. It is definitely a team sport game where you have to go in there with your 4 characters and watch each other's backs. You have to, or you will not get through your missions or your maps. And, gone are the days where you can silently play in a team and everybody goes their own way and then it becomes a big old mishmash of stuff. And you have to be a team in this and you have to save each other in this. I absolutely love this game. I can recall many Saturdays. Many Saturdays getting up and playing this game with a group of my friends from work, going on missions and completing both Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2.
I feel like it was a genre-defining game for co-op zombie shooting.
Absolutely. And I think it's still going to be, of course, 4 characters. You get to play or choose which characters you want to do. Of course, I always play the female because I love the badass females that are on there. But I just love this game so much, and I'm really curious as to what they're going to come up with the zombies, because I thought they hit the mark as far as the different types of zombies in Left 4 Dead 2. But I guess now this is going to be something quite exceptional. So I actually have a trailer for this. Let's take a look at it so we can see what the game is all about. And I want to thank, I believe this is E3 that is giving us this.
Yep, that's me. So you're probably wondering how we got here. A scary worm turned everyone into monsters, and then it fell apart. It's a real mess out there, but that's why they call us cleaners. Allow me to introduce the team. This is Walker, the guy everybody can depend on.
Just doing my job.
War-torn veteran, check. Deadly accurate, check. Loyal to the end, checkmate. Need a prescription for pain? Call Doc.
You're not dying today.
She's just as good at blasting Ridden as she is at keeping everybody on their feet. Except for that guy. Carly's head's on a swivel.
Something smells bad, and for once, it is nuts.
Carly is...
Does she ever shut up?
Blunt. Jim is our eye in the sky. He's our seasoned marksman. Crack shot. Lethal at 500 yards. That's gotta hurt. That's Hoffman. He weirdly digs this whole apocalypse thing. He always comes prepared.
Who's laughing now?
To blow shit up.
I got this.
This is Evangelo, a natural-born survivor and the newest member of the team.
Ah, no, man, no!
And that's Mom. At least that's what we call her because she's tough, doesn't take shit from anybody, and always knows exactly what to say.
Welcome to the shit show.
She might not have brought you into this world,
Just don't expect a trophy.
but if you're a ridden, she'll take you out of it. And that badass? That's Dottie. Not me, the Bat. My name is Holly. Just your run-of-the-mill college kid with a baseball bat. But I can also be a real softie on the inside. You know, I'm sort of the glue that holds the whole team together. And then there are these guys. The breaker will snap you in half like a Russian boxer. Ugh, the ogre. They throw these, we call them meatballs. This is the snitch. If he sees you first, his buddies will be on you like flies on shit. And the hag. They'll literally eat you whole. Gross. You think they're ugly? Wait till you see what else we have to deal with. This is our world. And we're taking it back. One ridden at a time.
Oh my
So
god.
that trailer was from IGN. Thank you so much, IGN, for letting us to watch that trailer. Did I see 10 characters? That was 10 characters, not
Was
4.
that 10?
I think that was 10.
That was a lot.
Yes.
There's a
they got
lot of
coming with more.
options.
You have a lot of options. You have a lot of options. Oh my gosh. And I see
just
that
gotta
people
say,
have. Go ahead.
I can't wait to mow down hordes of zombies with you.
I can't wait either. And you know what I love about this? I see now that there are people that have specific capabilities. We have a sniper. We have a medic. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about this game.
I'll be playing on release day 100%.
So now what is it coming out on? What are the platforms?
October 12th, and it appears to be every modern platform. So Xbox, PlayStation, PC. I didn't double check if it's going to be on Switch or not, but at least if you're on any of the other major platforms, you should be able to play it.
Wow. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this. I have to tell you, if you've never played this game and you like a fast-paced, mission-based game, this is the game for you.
A wave of zombies running at you. This is the game.
Yeah, this is the game. It is really a lot of fun. I can't wait. Okay, and right in time for Halloween, too.
Exactly.
Yes. So let's go into our next category, the next game that we're getting ready to go into. So
it's actually a similar concept.
All right.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction.
Okay.
So
All right.
if you're familiar with Rainbow Six Siege, this is a spin-off of that game. So Rainbow Six Siege is a shooter co-op game, so team versus team. And I think, I'm not actually entirely sure with this one, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to feel a lot more like Back 4 Blood in a similar way.
Okay, so I've never played Rainbow Six at all. I'm Call of Duty I've actually played, but this seems like this is going to be something, based on the pictures that I'm seeing, it looks like there's some kind of a mission, not necessarily with zombies. It looked like aliens.
Yeah, so it's a 3-person mission to go into like alien-infested locations and complete objectives.
Wow. So would you say that it's a cross between Alien and...
That's kind of the vibes I'm getting from it, but it's once we watch the trailer here in a second, it is definitely a scary game.
Okay, I'm really excited about this. So let's look at this trailer for this game.
I love these outfits on them, by the way.
Yeah, by the way, and look at the detail on the graphics here. Amazing graphics. I mean, just really, really good. And this is why I love playing games like this, because when you have characters that are very fleshed out, physically and written well, it makes it so worth it to play these games. Wow. I would say this is probably going to be a combination of maybe Halo, Aliens, and maybe our favorite of all time, Dead Space.
So yeah, that's kind of the vibes I was getting with some Dead Space.
Yeah, so let's look at this. Let's look at the trailer for this.
I used to feel so much peace staring into the heavens until a piece of it fell. And the nightmare began. We thought it could be contained, but it evolved. So we did too.
One of our own is MIA. I need an extraction team, now!
If there's a way to stop them, you will find it. But I know you will find me first.
Okay, the plan. Nomad, secure our exit. I'll take out the nests.
And I'll find Ivana. I have your signal. Let's go.
We're already out of the nests.
Incoming! Clear the area!
Stand back!
Down.
Clear. Let's move up. Clock's ticking.
I found her. Ivana, hold on. I've got company.
Coming through.
Countermeasures.
Check. Make for the exit. An apex! Get down!
Look out! I don't have the gun.
Not so fast.
Target the recharge! Now's our chance!
Nomad, blow the door. Cover me.
Hey, you all throwing me a party?
Yeah. Too bad you missed all the fireworks.
Team, it's Ash. We're not done yet. VIP down.
Looks pretty fun, right?
What? The detail. Oh my gosh.
I think that the gameplay on that looks really polished and fresh.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
that game's going to be really good.
I do too. And now I think I'm going to become a Rainbow Six fan. The creature, the concepts for the creatures were just like, oh.
And like the character stories that they invested in as well, you can just feel in the trailer.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm like so hyped about that.
I found a sleeper hit for you.
You did. I mean, listen, I'm not a big big fan of that because, like I said, I have played. I know that right now that Call of Duty has like a new zombie portion of it. I mean, everybody does zombies. It's nothing.
Everybody does zombies.
This is amazing.
That's
totally
different,
amazing.
Though. That's fresh. That's different. What they're putting out.
That is like I'm impressed. I'm totally impressed.
Well, maybe we'll need to play some Rainbow Six Siege before then to prep.
I'm gonna have to. I mean, I'm very impressed by that. So let's go on to our and what platforms is that coming out on, by the way?
So that'll be out on PC, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox, Google Stadia, and the Amazon gaming platform, even Luna.
Wow.
So this will be out on all of those on September 16th.
Wow.
Of this year. So just a couple months away, honestly.
Not bad. We definitely have to play it, so everybody, we definitely have to do that. We have to showcase that.
And that's a 3-person co-op game. So once Augie's back online, we could all 3 play it.
Only 3-person? Do you have to go through all of that just only with 3 people?
I think right now it says it's a 3-person co-op.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like a lot for 3 people to go through.
Well, we're going to go through a lot.
All right, let's talk about our next game that's up.
So
and that is
a Nintendo Switch exclusive and a classic title, but in a new format, Metroid Dread.
Now, have you ever played this game before? Because I don't know anything about this game.
I have played Metroid games before. So traditionally, they're side-scrolling platformers with a lot of like alien shooting. You're playing as the main character, Samus. And this new one has, I want to say it's been like 15 years or something since the last like side-scrolling Metroid game. So they're kind of going back to like an older format with this new one.
Right.
But
looks beautiful.
The graphics look beautiful. And it's very much this kind of like horror-themed version of like horror-themed reimagining of some of the older games. The game's always been kind of dark and horror-themed because you're fighting these like monster aliens. But it looks really good. Like I watched the reveal for this live, and I was just like, oh my god, this is better than anything we could have imagined. And it's one of the good reasons to have a Switch, because the Switch, I feel like, has a lot of games that are exclusives that you don't find on other platforms that are just really good.
It's so much gaming in so little time.
I know. You just need every platform.
So let's look at the trailer for this. I was very excited about this trailer since I don't know anything about this game.
Yeah, this is a new experience. You might want to get a Switch after you see this.
Oh Lord, my husband's gonna kill me if I get anything else. Okay, let's watch this. I really love the sound effects of that. It sounds like, oh my gosh, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of like 2D perspective games, but you can tell they've put a lot of love into their sound effects and their asset design, and I think it looks amazing. I can't wait to play this.
Oh wow! I definitely would have to. I have to watch you play this on Twitch, because that looks great. And the premise of it is same too. It's more of an alien type. You're fighting these particular.
Yeah, it's a little like less traditional horror theme. It's like sci-fi horror.
Okay.
Yeah.
Horror is horror. It doesn't matter if it's
horror
sci-fi,
is
so
horror is horror.
Absolutely. I'm excited about that. And so it's only coming on the Nintendo Switch though, right?
Nintendo Switch, I want to say October 8th is the release date.
Okay. So that's October 8th on that one. Everything else, we got a couple of games coming out in October.
I know.
Then.
There's September, October is going to be a big season.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness.
So this next game, Les, you might recognize the title, Evil Dead, the video game.
Yes. So
I can't believe Augie's not here for this.
I can't believe that Augie's not here for this. This is what we've been waiting for. Now, we've had an Evil Dead game. We have. But this actually looks so much more. And we've actually had Ash show up in Dead by Daylight. He's been in some other franchises. But this game looks like this is an upgrade and involves some of the characters that we've seen in all the Evil Dead movies, even Army of the Dead.
It's got everything.
I'm so psyched about this. First of all, just looking at the graphics.
And those character models standing next to each other.
I know. I'm just so psyched about this.
Oh my God. I don't even care what the gameplay is.
This was the first movie that I went to on a date, my first date ever with anybody. I went to see this movie. That was already going to tell you what kind of person I was going to be. Of course, that didn't last. The romance didn't last. But I'm just saying, this is the kind of stuff, when he asked me what I wanted to see the Evil Dead movie. So he knew what he was getting.
Better.
Yes, definitely. I absolutely love this. I'm loving this. And I don't, I hope this is not a fail in any way, shape, or form. But it looks like it's a co-op game, because normally we just have Ash by himself. And I was going to say Hash. Hi, Hash, by the way. We're going to have Ash by himself. So now it looks like you can choose, being one of the characters from Ash versus the Evil Dead and any of the Evil Dead movies. Unbelievable. So let's look at that trailer. Let's discuss it after that, because I want to know who's coming up with it and where we can play this particular game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited about this game.
I can't wait for it.
I'm so totally overwhelmed by all of these games, and because so many good things are coming out, it's just amazing.
You don't have time to play them all.
Not lately. Here we go.
Hola, cyber friends. I'm Bruce Campbell. You know me as Ash Williams, the dude who saved the world from evil. I'm here to bring you the lowdown on the upcoming Evil Dead, the game. You and your friends will team up as classic Evil Dead heroes to live the nightmare. You'll use savage finishing moves or tear evil a new one. Or, if you're not into the whole save the world thing, we have another option. You can play as the vile Kandarian demon itself. But who would want to do that? He'd be a dick. With the power of possession in your arsenal, you'll scare those goody two-shoes to death. Literally, you can do that if you're a dick. Whether you choose the path of evil or righteousness, you'll be throwing down in places you've seen before. You'll collect pages of the Necronomicon, uncover Nobi's lost tapes, track down other legendary artifacts. When you've grabbed enough, you'll use a spell to send the Kandarian son of a bitch back to the hellhole it came from. Soon you'll experience the horror yourself, but for now I'll leave you with this thought. It was no accident that Ash always wore brown pants.
Oh my goodness. The finishing moves alone. The finishing moves alone.
I like that the zombies look hard to kill too. Like,
yeah, it doesn't look like it's an easy thing to do. And I love, you know what, I see traces of a couple of things in there. I see Friday the 13th, but maybe a more upscale version of Friday the 13th, the driving and everything like that. Look, I can't even talk. I'm slobbering on myself. I'm so excited about it. Literally, that looks so good. And you're working as a team. But the fact that you can play as the Kandarian demon.
yes.
I'm done.
I can't wait to play this game.
I can't either. So what platforms is it coming out on?
So there's good news and there's bad news. Good news is it's coming to all major platforms. So Nintendo, PC, PlayStation, Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is that the only release date we know is it's coming out this year. So we don't have a hard date yet.
That's kind of scary, and let me tell you why. Because when you hear stuff like that and they don't have a release date, that means that there are some issues in the development.
Yeah, or they're just they're gonna like randomly drop it one day.
Mm-mm.
You never
How
know.
can you drop a game this epic and not give it like the proper introduction that it needs? I'm getting kind of worried about that because this gaming franchise has not been very successful in the past. So
fingers are crossed that it comes soon.
I hope so. I mean, it looks great, at least what we saw in the trailer. So I'm hoping that we get a date soon. And maybe there is something that they're waiting for in particular, but that usually kind of scares me when they don't have a date. They say 2021. It makes me think that they're going to push the date out further because of whatever issues
it might
they're
end
going
up
to be
being
having.
like a 2022 game.
Yeah.
I hope not.
And then we're all waiting with bated breath, and then something comes up and we're not going to be able to see. And this is exactly what happened with the Friday the 13th franchise game too. There were issues with the copyright issues with some of the content, and now people are playing a game over and over again that has not been upgraded because they're in court right now litigating over all those issues.
That's why you got to just go to Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the same game but better.
Oh, much better.
I
have to agree.
The first time I played a game with Les, it was on Friday the 13th, and I'm like, Les, I have a game for you that's better.
Yeah, and you were so right. Annabelle, and I haven't left it. I'm like Dead by Daylight. I've got to play that game every day, and I know when I haven't played it because right now there's the Rift is getting ready to close, and you have like 7 days to play before you can get certain content. And I've been like passionately doing it. My husband's like, "Are you in the game again?" I'm like, I'm trying to finish up before the Rift closes, or I won't I have to purchase all these items. So I love that game very much. So
I love it. I see you on there all the time.
I'm always on there, and sometimes really early in the morning too, before I have to go to work. That's like, that's my moment in the morning. Drinking my coffee and just zenning out, playing my video games, looking at my email and stuff like that before I have to move on at 9:00 to start actually officially working, or 8:30. So let's go into our next game.
Yes. So our next game might not be one that people are familiar with. obviously because it's new, but it's also not like a big, massive release that's like a remake of something, right? So Somerville is a third-person perspective puzzle and adventure game where I want to say you're with your like dad. Oh, it's a father, a mother, a young son, and their dog navigating a post-apocalyptic Earth.
Ooh, but from a third-person perspective.
But from a third-person perspective. Yeah,
to me, those are usually harder when it's a third-person perspective. When it comes to, I love first person when I'm fighting anything, so it's kind of hard sometimes looking from the aerial perspective.
And this is a puzzle platformer and adventure game, so it's going to be, I think, a lot more narrative.
I really love, and before you told me that this was a post-apocalyptic game, one of the things that when I was looking at all of the pictures that you showed me was the isolation. I felt very isolated looking at this. So obviously, the graphics and the art in this is just phenomenal.
Look how it's beautiful, right? Like the aesthetic is so beautiful.
Gosh, I mean, and the feel of it, you could feel everything in it. It's just beautiful. I did find too that you could play, look at different, you can actually change your clothing and stuff like that. That's a big plus for me.
Oh yeah, you got to have outfits if you want SistaSlaya to play a game.
Yes, you do. And I will complain about it if I don't have an outfit that I can wear. That's important to me, playing zombie games and games like that, where fear games and horror games, I have to have a nice outfit on.
So this looks like an alien invasion apocalypse too.
Yeah.
Based on the still frames that we've seen.
Wow. Just
so do we have a trailer for this one?
I do have a trailer. Let's watch this trailer.
Because I think that this game is going to be another great sleeper hit for a lot of people.
Wow.
How amazing does that look?
The graphics. Oh my God, that was just beautiful.
The music, this environment design.
Wow. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
I think that is going to be a really excellent game. You can tell that they've put a lot of attention to detail in that.
Wow. It's just graphically just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I think that those are one of those games that you're going to get lost in. Just the beauty and the surrounding and everything like that.
That's a game you fall into.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. Wow. And that's going to be on what platforms?
So this one is only going to be on Microsoft Windows and Xbox systems.
Oh, wow.
So, I have a feeling it could be one of those games that if you subscribe to Xbox Game Pass, you might not have to buy. You can just play it as a part of that. But yeah, I can't wait to play it. The release date is, here's the bad news, listed as 2022, but no hard date.
But that's okay.
'Cause
That's okay.
That's accurate, right? Like they
Yes.
know they're not quite there yet.
Yes. Instead of telling me you don't know when in 2021 and we're already in the middle of 2021,
Past the
that's
middle.
disconcerting. Yes, exactly. That's concerning. So I'm very, very happy to see that it's coming out in 2022 because I can see that they're putting a lot of care and detail into that game. So, 2022, I'm impressed. Definitely. Definitely with that. And let's go on to our last game. So,
I think that you should introduce this one.
You all, I have to tell you that this, let me just get out of this for a minute. This game, yes.
It wasn't that. It
was
a different game.
It wasn't that game. That was the end of it. The game that we're about to introduce is probably one of the scariest franchises I have ever played. So much so that me, who is a huge horror fanatic, actually could not get through this whole entire game. And that's the Fatal Frame franchise. And Fatal Frame is coming out with Made in the Blackwater. Now, I have never played this. So I'm thinking that this is a new, because I remember, for some reason, I'm thinking this game came out in 2014 or something like that. So is this reimagined? Is this, what is the deal with this? Can you kind of tell me?
This appears to be a remaster.
Okay.
Of this game. So they have taken it and updated it for the modern systems.
Wow.
Right? So that's always a good thing for a beloved game, in my opinion.
I agree with you. And I have to tell you that when I looked at the graphics and I looked at the photos and everything, it was just beautiful. This immediately scared me because one of the nemesis that I was afraid of the most was the broke neck woman. And she's in the back of this character right now. Let me tell you why this game was so scary for me. Normally, when you play a horror game, you have something that's actually going to help you defeat any of the enemy that's there, ghosts, zombies, whatever. Here in this game franchise, you are armed with a camera. And it depends on what type of, I don't know what's the word I want to say, photo resolutions that you have within your camera, with the film. I'm not sure what kind of film you use.
Right.
Has something to do with if you could defeat any of the ghosts that are there, because you basically have to take photos of these creatures in order for them to diminish or disappear. When I first played this game and I was like, I have to take a photo of this, and it's not very easy to do because you have to capture them right in order to kill them.
That's like having to go get evidence in Phasmophobia.
Exactly. It's just too crazy to me. It was just too crazy to me. But what I felt also was that it's extremely atmospheric in the sense that these stories take place in Japan. And I think that probably one of the things that was most horrific to me was you were so out of your element. I've always said that Japanese or Asian horror is by far better horror than American horror. And it is, because they know what gets under your skin. And I can remember playing this game and hearing doors slide. Normally here in the US, we have a door open and close. You would hear door slides, or you would hear bells, or you would hear wind chimes out of nowhere. Running little feet in a house. Just creepy, 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 creepy. So I'm so excited to play this. I hope that they actually redo Fatal Frame 2, because this is what really introduced me to the franchise. But I'm willing to play this game just because I love it so much. Love it so much.
It's going to be so good.
Yep. I tell you, it just is so out of your element when you play this game. So let's look at the trailer, because I think that it would explain a lot of what I'm trying to express to you. Here we go.
You cannot leave the mountain.
ゼロシリーズ20周年。マルチプラットフォームで蘇る和風ホラーの金字塔。人には見えないものが見える小塚田有利は、神隠しにあった人たちの影を追って、かつて霊場として崇められた氷上山へ足を踏み入れる。次々に襲い来る霊に対抗できる唯一の手段は、ありえないものを映すカメラ、遮影機。死の山、幽魂、神隠し。3人の主人公は、それぞれの思いを胸に、氷上山に秘められた儀式の謎に迫っていく。美しき恐怖、再び。ゼロ、濡れガラスの巫女。フォトモードやコスチュームを追加して、2021年発売予定。
I'm gonna say here that looks scary as hell.
I'm telling you, it is. Whatever it is, they're ghosts, or they're just not like a ghost that says boo. There is obviously some type of emotional reason why a ghost is still in Japanese horror, why a ghost is still bound to this earth, and you feel all of that emotion. I'm telling you, that is a scary game. That is a scary game. Even just watching the trailer made me just creeped out.
So I've actually never played a Fatal Frame game. Do you think this would be a good spot to jump in?
I think now that they've remastered this, absolutely. I think that you'll see it a lot better. When I played it, I was playing on a PlayStation 2 when I played Fatal Frame 2. So of course I was playing on a TV that was not, it was not advanced like what we have now. And of course, the PlayStation 2 now has become the PlayStation 5. So I am excited for you to be introduced to this. But if you do play this particular game, you most definitely must go back and play Fatal Frame 1 and 2, because this is a continuation of that storyline. So you can know about the brother and sister that are in this
That'd be nice if they remastered the first two.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I did know that they were going to remaster part 2, and I don't know if they did or not. Maybe that's something that we can look into.
Yeah.
But honestly, hands down, one of my top 5 most scary games, the scariest games I have ever played.
Well, I can't wait for you to stream yourself playing this new one.
Yes, and I will do this for you. I will turn off the lights and I will play that game. Scares, screams, and everything. I will play it. It is just I'm just a huge fan. I know that there was some talk back on the day that Steven Spielberg actually had decided to do a Fatal Frame movie based on this game, because he also played the game and realized that it was just terribly scary. I don't even know what happened with that, but the game is very scary. You will definitely jump. You will jump. I recall once while I was playing the game that somebody called my phone, and I jumped so high up, and I was just mad. I had the worst headache and everything. I was just terrified of this game. I could not complete the game. I couldn't.
Okay. Well, that's a glowing review.
That. Yes, it is. I highly recommend it. So that's it for this evening, you all. We are at the top of the hour, actually a little bit over, but that's okay. We wanted to actually bring to you all the games that we were having that we are so excited to see for E3. And we will be back next Thursday with some more content. Once again, just want to remind you that we will be on vacation in August, taking a vacation. We'll be returning on September the 8th. And Annabelle, where can we find you?
You can find me right here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Also on Instagram and Twitch at Annabelle _Chimpton.
And for me, you can find me here on Thursday nights with Annabelle and Augie if he decides to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And on Saturday, usually with the Bit and Apple TV, I've been kind of on a hiatus there at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Sunday, this week in pop culture with Evolution Comics, which we've also been taking a little hiatus, that comes on at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sunday night. And I really would encourage you all to watch some of our content on Cliff Dive Productions. We have some really good educational content that comes out on Wednesdays, which is Jay Winter Nightwolf Live, speaking about Indigenous issues and things happening within the Indigenous and Native American communities. So go and check it out. It's very interesting stuff. We have some really awesome guests on that show. And that's a Cliff Dive production, by the way. And you can also see me streaming on Twitch and playing, Dead by Daylight recently as SistaSlaya, which is my gamer tag. So follow us, like, subscribe. Please ring the bell so you know when our content is coming on. You don't want to miss some of our really great things. And we have some really exceptional guests coming this season. So I'm very excited about that. So we're looking forward to it. So we will see you next week, Thursday, same time, same channel here on YouTube and Facebook Live and Twitch. And that's it. Stay spooky, you all. And we will see you next week here on the Tingling Tea.